Hello 10thies, exam day is near, but why fear when BYJU'S is here? I'm here with you today to give you 5 tips to complete your English paper on time. I know you're all a little scared because the English paper requires a lot of writing, but I'm going to give you 5 quick and easy tips that you can follow on your exam day to make sure you finish on time. So, tip number 1, plan your time. You have 15 minutes in the beginning to read the question paper. Go through it, figure out what you're struggling with, what you're going to find easy. You can predict which section has the most number of easy questions according to your acumen. So just decide, plan your time, and figure out how much time you're going to take in each section. Then you start with the easiest section. Why that is important is because not only will you get done with it very quickly, but you'll also gain confidence. When you start feeling like you know everything that's on the question paper, then you will automatically get more confident. Even the harder questions won't seem as hard because you know half the question paper already. Then skim the passages. Now this is specifically applicable to the extracts because you've already read your chapters in literature. You know the context of those questions. You don't have to read the extracts in a lot of detail. You can just skim through them. Whenever you have a question that is related to something in a particular line in the extract, then you can go back and read it. Similarly, after you've read your discursive passage or your case-based passage carefully once, if you have to go back to it to refer to it, don't start reading the whole thing in detail again. Just sort of skim and go to the parts that you need additional reference for. Alright, tip number 4, be concise. You keep asking me this and I keep telling you that you need to stick to the word limit. There's no point writing beyond the word limit. It increases your scope of making mistakes and it takes away a lot of your precious time. You don't have to give unnecessary introductions in your answers. You can be to the point in all your literature answers. You simply have to answer the question. You don't have to set the context for the story or the chapter each time you're starting an answer. Even in your long answer questions, the question will be framed in such a way that you will have enough to write about. So you don't have to start with a brief summary of the story or what happened right before whatever you're explaining. If that does seem necessary, go ahead and do that, but more often than not, it won't be. You will easily be able to hit your word limit by just answering the question. Similarly, for your writing section, in your letter, once you have figured out the points that you're going to include, don't stray too much. Don't try to add additional points last minute unless they are very, very appealing in your opinion. And a thing about that as well, do outline your response before writing, because if you start writing and then in the flow of writing you come up with additional points, you might make your answer sheet look extremely untidy. Don't do that. Maybe you can outline your response in a rough sheet for longer things like letters or long answer questions, or you can make those notes in your head itself. Just plan before you write. Don't start writing and then plan along the way. Alright, that brings me to the end of my 5 tips. Just how this video went by super quickly. I know your exam will too. You're going to do a wonderful job. So all the very best. In case you have missed out on any of our revision videos, we've done a lot of revision. So go back, take a look at anything you need help with, jump around, go to the topic that you specifically need to revise. This is the time for you to feel confident, concentrate on things that you don't know or are doubtful about. Everything that you do know, you already know. It's there in your brain. You don't have to constantly worry about it. Alright, do subscribe to the channel. We have been with you throughout this academic year, and we will be there for you till the very last day of your 10th standard journey. So stay tuned. We will help you through all your board exams, and I am dying to know how well your English exam went. So I will see you soon. You take very good care of yourselves. Eat well, sleep well, don't take stress. You're going to do a wonderful job.